Hello student, today I'll start a new chapter, current electricity. First of all, we should know about the electricity. Electricity is the presence of charge or flowing of charge. Electricity is divided into two types. One is static electricity, another one is current electricity. In static electricity, the charges are at rest, but in current electricity, the charges are in motion. The motion of the charge also are of two types. Constant velocity and with variable velocity. When the charges are moving with a constant velocity, then the branch of physics which deals with the motion of the charge is known as current electricity. But when the charges are moving with variable velocity, that is acceleration is there, then magnetism will be involved there, and the branch then known as electromagnetism, which one will come after the chapter current electricity. Also, you know that the motion of the charge giving us the current. So, current electricity, that is the motion of the charge with constant velocity and giving us the current. So, that is our chapter is current electricity. In the current electricity, the topics are, first of all, we should know about the current. What is current? So, let's see what is current. Current, its symbol is I. Current is the rate of flow of charge. Current is the rate of flow of charge. If Q coulomb of charge is flowing in time t second, then the current I is equal to Q by T. What will be the average current? The average current, if in a conductor through any cross section within the time del t, del q amount of charge is flowing, then average current equal to del q by del t. Now, instantaneous current, that at any instant, what is the current? So, if within a small interval, del dt, within a small interval, instantaneous current within a small interval dt, if dq amount of current is small amount, dq amount of charge is flowing, then the instantaneous current will be dq by dt. Now, what is the unit of current? In SI system, the unit of charge is coulomb and time is second. So, in SI system, the unit of current will be coulomb per second, which one is also known as ampere. So, in SI system, the unit of current is coulomb per second or ampere. Now, what is the direction of current? The direction of current is just opposite to the motion of the charge. It is a scalar quantity. Now, maybe you are confused that I am telling that current, its direction is opposite to the direction of the flow of charge, but side by side I am telling also that current is a scalar quantity. Because you know, any quantity which one have magnitude and direction is known as a vector quantity. But here, the current is not obeying the vector addition rule. Suppose 2 ampere current is moving in that direction and 3 ampere current is going in that direction, and the angle between the two is 60 degree. So, what will be the resultant current? The resultant current will be 5 ampere. So, there you are seeing that simple addition is applied there, scalar addition is applied there, but if vector addition will be applied there, then it will be a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta, but there is only simple addition 2 plus 3 5 ampere. For that reason, it is a scalar quantity, it is not a vector quantity. So, there is one instrument is ammeter by which we can measure the current. So, that's all about the current. Our next topic is what is the flow of charge throughout a metallic conductor. So next topic, let's see what is the motion of the charge in a metallic conductor. We'll see the flow of charge in a metallic conductor in two cases. That is, in first cases, no external electric field will applied on the metallic conductor. In that case, what is the motion of the charges? So, let us consider one metallic conductor. In a metallic conductor, we know that in a metallic conductor lots of free electrons are there, and the electrons are moving randomly in a zigzag path throughout the conductor. So suppose first electron, it is moving in that direction, another electron is moving in that direction, another electron is moving in that direction. In this way, that is randomly in zigzag way, they are just moving throughout the conductor. Let us consider the first electron, it is moving with velocity u1. In room temperature, that is in 25 degree to 30 degree centigrade, they are getting the thermal energy, and with that thermal energy they are randomly moving throughout the conductor, and their speed is 10 to the power 5 meter per second. U1, that is first electron, suppose it is moving with U1 velocity, second electron, it is moving with U2 velocity, third electron, it is moving with U3 velocity, and then fourth number electron, it is moving with U4 velocity. There is speed U1, U2 and U3, U4. In this speed they are moving. But what will be the average velocity? Because if we consider the average velocity, velocity means what? Velocity means displacement by current. And displacement means what? Displacement means the distance between the final point, initial point and the final point. So if we consider just one electron and it is moving randomly in zigzag path, then its motion, how it will be? Its motion, suppose it is the first position, then it goes there, again it return back here, again it goes there. That is, in this case, that is its displacement will be 0. If its displacement is 0, then average velocity, what will be? Average velocity, initial average velocity will be 0. For that reason, it is imagine also there is lots of electron, and their motion is with 10 to the power 5 meter per second. Considering that case, considering that everything, that is random motion and their speed, it is imagined that average initial velocity is, its formula will be u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus dash dash un divided by n, and it will be 0. Okay, so initial velocity when no electric field applied throughout the conductor, then the average velocity is 0. Now we will see that when electric field is applied there, then how is the motion. Now electric field is applied there. External electric field is applied there, and due to the external electric field, the electrons, that is already we know that negative charges it will get force, and the direction of the negative charges will be opposite to the direction of the electric field. Electric field its direction is that side, so electrons they will move in that direction. Okay, then this side will be all the positive charges, and that side all the negative charges will be accumulated there. Okay, but as there is lots of electrons, and this side is negative charges and that side is positive charges, so throughout the conductor there will be a induced electric field. There will be a induced electric field, and that induced electric field will balance the external electric field. For that reason there will be no current. Okay, but when the conductor will connect it with a battery, then the negative charges will be attracted by the positive terminal of the battery, and the positive charges will be attracted by the negative terminal of the battery. That is, the electrons will be circulated throughout the circuit, and then we will get the current. It's okay. So there will be the stoppage of accumulation of the electrons. The induced electric field will be cancelled. The motion of the charges also that time will be decreased. Okay, the external electric field, its effect will be more. Now due to the external electric field, what will be the force on the charge carriers? Here the charge carriers is electron, and we know the formula for force, F is equal to Q E. But here the charge carriers is electron, so the force on the electrons will be E, where the negative sign is given there, just showing that the electrons are moving opposite to the external electric field. Now, if the electrons are getting that amount of force, then what will be the acceleration of the electron? The acceleration of the electron will be A is equal to, it will be, the formula is there, F by M, where M is the mass of the electron. Then it will be minus E by M. Okay, if we consider the magnitude, then it will be E by M. That is the acceleration of the electrons. Now already in the discussion I already told that the electrons are moving with a constant velocity, that is no acceleration is there. Actually the electrons that can't move with that acceleration, because there will be restriction in the motion of the charge. What will be the restriction? There is not only the electrons, there is also the positive charges. From where? From the atoms, and the electrons are just come out, that positive signs also will be there, and the electrons also will be there. Which one? Sometimes it will be attracted, sometimes it will be by the negative charge it will repulse. For that reason, with that acceleration it can't move. Then how it will be moved? Let's see. One electron is there, and there is positive ions, so it will be attracted by the positive ions. Now due to the thermal energy also will be there, due to the thermal energy its random motion will be continued. So again it will due to its random motion, it will go at that point. Again, there will be positive ions, it will attack, and again from there it will go, suppose at that point, again suppose it is going in that direction, that is random motion, it will be continued, and suppose ultimately it comes here, the electron has come here. So see, the first position of the electron was there, and after the collision with the other ions and electrons, ultimately it comes up to that point. So how much it is drifted? It is drifted up to by that distance only. The electron is drifted. Okay, so see, the motion of that velocity of the drifted motion will be 10 to the power minus 4 meter per second only. So the electron, that is there is the point that drift velocity. With the drift velocity, actually it can't move with the acceleration. With a very less velocity, that known as drifted velocity, the electrons are drifted just opposite to the electric field. So here the one quantity, that is drift velocity, has come. So drift velocity is what? Drift velocity is that minimum velocity by which an electron is drifted opposite to the electric field due to the collision with the ions and the electrons. That is the drift velocity. Now also we should know that in the collision, between the collision, what is the time is taken by the electron? It is known as the relaxation time, and its symbol is tau. So tau is what? Tau is the relaxation time taken by the electron between the successive collision. That is tau. And the distance between two collision is known as the free path, and it is also known as lambda. So in this case we have learned three definitions. One is drift velocity, one is relaxation time, and another one is free path. Now let's see what is the equation for drifted velocity, and its symbol is Vd. Vd is the drifted velocity, drift velocity. So let's see what is the equation for drift velocity. Drift velocity Vd is equal to average velocity. The equation is, already we know the equation AT. Okay, that equation we know. So now average velocity, already earlier I have discussed about the average velocity, that is it is 0. So the average velocity is 0. Now A is what? A is minus E by m, and tau is there. Tau, it is also average one, because in the drift velocity I have shown there only for one electron. Actually average drift velocity, it is considering all the electrons. Okay, so in that case we have to consider all the electrons, then the relaxation term also we have to consider for all electrons. Then that time the relaxation time, it will be average relaxation time, it is tau 1, tau 2, tau 3 plus dash tau n divided by n. So our equation will be for drift velocity will be minus E by m and tau average. That is our equation for drift velocity. So that's all up to our discussion. Up to the drift velocity I have discussed. In the next video I will discuss more topics from that chapter. Thank you.